Are you about to switch payroll providers or choose your very first one? Before you sign on the dotted line, you need to ask these 10 questions, or you risk getting hit with unexpected fees that could quietly drain your bank account. Hi everyone, I'm Jamie Trull, CPA and financial educator, and here on this channel, I love to bring you everything you need to stay informed, organized, and profitable in your business finances. So please, please, please make sure to like and subscribe. So today I'm going to pull back the curtain on payroll companies, and specifically some of those sneaky costs that some payroll companies won't tell you about until it's too late. Let's make sure you know exactly what you're paying for and what you shouldn't be. Now, make sure to stay until the end because I'm going to tell you about my experience switching payroll providers and why I made the switch and which provider I decided to switch to. But first, let's look at those 10 questions to ask or things to find out about on their website before you sign up for a new payroll provider. Number 1, is the pricing upfront and clear? Now, most small business owners that I know do not have time to fool around with price quotes or getting on a sales call. That is just something that most people aren't going to want to do. Plus, I just prefer working with people who are upfront about what the cost is going to be so that I have the information I need to make a decision for my business. And not only do you want them to be transparent about what the, say, monthly cost is for payroll, but also what is additional. So some payroll companies hide these and don't tell you about them until later. So make sure to be looking this up front, which leads me to question number 2 to ask. And that is, do they charge a monthly fee or do they charge every time you run payroll? And yes, some providers truly do charge you every single time you run payroll. That includes regular runs as well as any additional off-cycle payrolls you would need to run, including maybe bonus checks or corrections that you need to run. And most companies run payroll more than once a month, so that can really add up fast. So when you're comparing costs between payroll providers, just make sure you're comparing apples to apples. And make sure you understand how that payroll system is charging and that it actually aligns with how you plan to use it. Question number 3 to ask your payroll provider is, if you skip paying employees for a particular month, do you still have to pay the fee for them? The pricing for most payroll providers I've seen includes a monthly fee and then an add-on per employee. And that's usually a small charge for each employee that you have. But it's important to clarify, especially if you have a seasonal workforce, whether you're billed per active employee or not, meaning the employees that you're paying in that given month. The difference between paying for all of your employees in a system or just the active ones that you're paying that month can really make a big difference, especially if your workforce is one that fluctuates throughout the year. Now, question number 4, what happens if you need to cancel or reverse a payroll? Now, mistakes happen, but some providers are going to charge you the big bucks in order to fix those mistakes. So make sure you're asking about cancellations and reversal fees up front. Again, this is one of those things that we often don't think of until we need it, so it's better to be aware from the get-go. Question number 5. Are year-end forms like 1099s or W-2s included in the price? It's really common for providers to charge extra for these types of year-end forms. And those surprise charges come January are not fun. So just be clear on what the regular fee you're paying covers and what it doesn't. Question number 6, are state tax filings included in the price? State income tax and unemployment tax aren't always included in every payroll provider's base plan, which means you might have to actually upgrade your plan to get that or pay extra for that to be included. Again, that's something you want to know upfront. Now, a related question to ask your payroll provider is question number 7. Is there a fee to pay my employees in multiple states? So this one was really big for me specifically because I have a fully remote team. And that means that my team is spread out in multiple different states. And when I was shopping around for payroll providers, I realized that it was actually pretty common for them to charge you extra to pay employees in multiple states or require you to be on a higher plan that included that. So if you have a remote team like I do, or you plan to, this is a must ask. Question number 8 is all about integrations. Do integrations with your bookkeeping software or your 401k, or even with workers' comp cost extra? Some platforms do charge for syncing with key tools, while others will include this in their base plan. So just make sure that what you need is covered. Question number 9, especially if you're looking to eventually be able to offer benefits, is whether benefits administration is included in the plan or whether that costs extra. Offering benefits is amazing, but you don't want it to come with surprise fees later on, so make sure you know exactly what is covered. And question number 10 is a huge one as well that you do not want to miss. And that question is, do you need to pay extra for live support or setup help? Now, some providers are going to restrict access to actual humans unless you are paying for a higher tier plan. And for me, that is a big red flag if you ever run into any issues. I don't know about you, but if you have ever wanted to throw your phone out the window after screaming representative into it 1,000 times, then you know how important this is. All that is to say, I have found that not all payroll platforms are created equally. Transparency matters, and the more you ask upfront and are clear about, the less surprises you will have later. Now, after doing all of this digging, I ended up switching my payroll provider last year to one that fit my needs and one that wasn't going to have a whole bunch of surprises pop up later. Last year, I switched to OnPay, and I've been really happy with it. They're upfront with their pricing, they're transparent about their fees, and they're designed for growing businesses that don't want any billing surprises. Plus, I have a real live contact person to reach out to, and she helped me with the entire transition, which meant I didn't need to waste my precious time sitting on hold on a 1-800 number for eternity. Now, if you want to check out how I set up my very first payroll in OnPay and the exact process I use, make sure to watch this video next, where I walk you through my entire switch. And if you're interested in checking out OnPay and getting a $100 bonus just for signing up, use my link at jamietrull.com/OnPay. Or you can also use the QR code that's currently on your screen. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also make sure to comment down below any questions that you have about payroll or OnPay specifically. I'll see you next time.